Afternoon. We're back for another Tiny Racer series. This is race 1. Started the recording a bit late. This is quite possibly the most brutal tiny races I've seen advertised. I have no expectation that it'll feel any easier. I will explain as we go. Today's series is called the 1-2 Gut Punch, and all 4 races have basically 2 uphill push sections near the end of the race. This one gives us the breakaway bray, followed by the Castle Corkscrew. And we finish at the top of that. Then race 2, we're in Richmond, and we do 23rd Street Reverse, followed by Libby Street Reverse, or Libby Hill Reverse, and then finish on the downhill after that. So that's a crazy 2 races to start. Then race 3, a little less crazy, is Volcano Circuit in whatever direction, where you have the kicker going into the volcano, then the flat, then the uphill to the line again, and then race 4 is Beach Island Loop. I think it's called that, which is one of the toughest loops around. Only about 7k, well I say only, the tiny race that's quite long, but particularly on the big initial part of the uphill com, the power goes crazy. They've changed the groups to only have 3 groups, try and increase the numbers slightly in each group over the summer. Thankfully that hasn't affected me. I'm still in the up to 350 group. It does mean some of the weaker riders from the lower group are in with us. So if any of them are watching, I feel your pain. I know what it's like being effectively promoted. I've been promoted to the higher group during these tiny race weekends before. And it is tough. So, good luck. And don't worry if you can't win. I never could when I was promoted. I could never even hold on. They have also changed the way we're doing the power ups. So we get 1 power up a race, but only 1. And we get it at the start finish, or at the start, sorry, of the race, instead of at any particular segment, banner or what have you. And today, on all 4 routes, the power up is an Anvil. Here we go. Breakaway braid, followed by Castle Corkscrew. How hard will people go knowing the craziness is coming? Oh. 13th, only 7 seconds back. I did try to save myself a bit on that final push, knowing what's coming up. Don't know if I succeeded. Next up, Richmond. I bought an entire extra bottle of water. Only water, but still, because I think I'm going to need it this week. Score went up by 3 there, from 308 to 311. Not entirely unexpected, given that I nearly ended up top 10. I'm sure I could have. I just didn't want to push finishing speeds up that corkscrew, knowing that we've got these next two right after each other hills of 23rd and then Libby Reverse. I imagine I will be more than dead by the end of today's races, but I'll give it what I've got, which admittedly isn't a great deal at the moment. I've gone for deep rims today instead of my fastest flat wheels, full dish wheels. I'm hoping that even if that gives me, half a second up the hills, that might be enough just to keep me in contention with some people. And I should be able to stick with people on the flats. If they anvil away from me on the downhills when I'm not using my power up, then that's just something I'll have to accept. But I should be able to draft in behind them and just up my pace a little to stick with them. So hopefully I'll have just that tiny little extra up the hills, particularly if other people have stuck with full discs. Okay, here we go. Richmond is up. Fan one to the max. Hey, I'm only 7 seconds back, and I coasted the last few hundred meters completely, just to try and get a little recovery in the legs. But I hadn't really even taken into account we've got a little bit of a longer rest before the next race, because that one was intense but shorter. Very intense. It's gonna give my legs a quick stretch out. Now that we've got a decent sized rest, I've got a minute or two to do it. My race scores up to 3:15 now. Puts mice on my back. I probably should have put that in before race 2, where I knew I was going to get the hottest, because that was by far the most intense the first 3 races. Steady baby. Let's see. Still got some energy to jump. Hard to tell how this one will go. In theory, it should be the easier of the 4 races. And people could just stick together, let the group decide to pace up the drag and start, go across the bridge together, and then only put the pad on the kicker into the volcano. But if we've got some riders who haven't done the first 2 races, then they may be pushing the pace, and everyone else might be effectively obliged to keep up with them, which may mean a real drag fest up the drag. Not me. So yeah, hard to tell. It's really annoying when people join the later races but not the earlier ones and don't have the same fatigue in their legs, and push the pace that a fresh rider would push, and not all of us tired ones. But we've got quite a few new riders. Damn it. Could have been worse, could have been better.
And 2 on. Here comes the kicker. Go on, Paul. Go for it.
13, not bad. Tiredness more from compound effort than that individual event. Oh, Two Bridges Loop. Yeah, that's the one. I think I said it was Beach Island earlier, didn't I? But yeah. Yeah, this is a tough one, particularly as race 4. Jules having a bit of a mare with Zwift today. Fresh ice pack on my back. Silver linings for Jules. She's racing down below 350 still. Yeah, did you get the win, given you were riding alone? So if I remember correctly, we go through the S's, up the draggy sections behind, and then we have the climb or the climb until the turn off, and then the downhill towards the beach finish. And it's on that downhill after the climb where I'll wanting to be using my Anvil. But I imagine a lot of people will use it after the last kicker at the end of the S's as we go on the downhill to the JWB bridge, or JW bridge, did I say? JWB banner. So I might have to be careful about making sure I'm near the front at the top of that kicker so as not to get separated as their Anvils kick the speed in for them. Assuming I haven't already been dropped by then, of course. So I've still got about 80 people, so either new people joining or pretty much everyone carrying on despite how hard it'll be for the people who are effectively been promoted into the up to 350 group. I think before it was 0 to 200 and 200 to 350, something like that. I can't remember now. Or maybe 0 to 220, something like that. Got to get an office joke in there, haven't I? Good old Michael. There we go. Feels weird coming out of this right hand pen. I think that's normally where the A's come out of. Here comes the kicker. Not sure what I've got left for the climb. One of the other changes they've made this week is instead of having chat and chill on TikTok after race 4, they've used a new 10-minute cooldown section from Zwift. But yeah, just as Jules was saying, bring back TikTok. The problem with the cooldown thing that Zwift have added is that you're left on whatever part of whatever course you end up on. So often for tiny races, that could mean that we finish the race halfway up Petit Pom, for instance, or halfway up Bend 2, well, a little way up Bend 2, and so the rest of it is all uphill. And although you can go at whatever watts you want, it doesn't feel the same. And if you're going uphill, you may not necessarily have enough gears to come down to the power that you want to end up going down to. So yeah, I will be commenting for Eric to see that he should be bringing back the chat and chill event after race 4. It's a completely different animal to having cooldown right at the end of wherever you finish in a tiny race. But all in all, for definitely one of the toughest tinies, I think I did pretty well. If I was fitter, and if I wasn't in pain all the time, then sprinting for more points at the end of each of those races would have been possible. Maybe not at the end of Richmond, because I was genuinely knackered at the end of that one and rolled down the downhill. But in races 1 and 3, definitely. And maybe even on the flat sprint at the end of that one just now, I could have pushed for a few places, or at least a couple of places. But I just don't have that finish or even that trust that if I push to a sprint, that I'm not going to hurt my legs and end up in real wheel pain afterwards. So I'm just trying to be sensible at the moment and not do any more permanent damage. Right, I'm going to go and finish my cool down, which is taking me through the S's now. And another good reason why this is not a good place for a cool down. Up and down, up and down, up and down, not good cool down conditions. But yeah, I'm going to go and try and cool down. And video will be up soon. I will be back Tuesday or Wednesday next week for dead racing. I think it's the final stage of July series. I can't even remember what the route's going to be. Or have we had the final stage already? Remember? No, we must have one more stage to go, I think. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be another Allez Series 1 in France somewhere. And so I'll see you then, whether it's Tuesday or Wednesday night. Depends on the Zwift Racing, Z Racing schedule, and whether my Zwift Racing score has gone up above 330 or not today. We can't check. Also, the annoying thing, I can't check while I'm still effectively in this event. If I can chat until I can check it. But anyway, I'm going to go and finish cooling down, and I'll see you then. In the meantime, don't forget, bring a towel and don't panic.